The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 277 of a daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Orchestra playing cards from RiffleShuffle. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. We have the Orchestra playing card still fully sealed in the cellophane, so we're going to have to crack that cellophane. The pull tab is right here on the back. We just do that. Pull that right off. As you can see, we got the Orchestra playing cards in the standard glossy finish tuck box. Well, because it's not like fully glossy, it's more like a semi-gloss, like a satin. It's not fully matte, but it's also not glossy, so it's a satin in between, I guess. It is a black, like mostly black tuck box with some gold, like goldish brown and some red accents. Here we got Orchestra playing cards, and we got RiffleShuffle.com. And we kind of got the conductor there in the shape of like the spade. And we got the curtains up there in the red. And we kind of got the seats behind them there. And the stage below. On the side, it says distributed by RiffleShuffle, made in Taiwan, so made by Legends Playing Card Company. Then you got another character there, like the woman there, playing a little guitar. Other side says Orchestra playing cards, and you got some hands playing like a trumpet. On the bottom, you got the hands for the conductors again. And it says 2022 first edition, one of 2,500. So there's only 2,500 of these, and these were made in 2022, produced by RiffleShuffle, designed by Dario. And I'm not going to pronounce that last name because I'll probably say it wrong. And then you got the website there, and then special thanks to Kemin, Zhang, and Tony Stimaro, something like that. On the back, a sneak peek of that back design. There is no seal, so on the top of the tuck box, you got the conductor's hands again, and the orchestra. Now that there's no seal, we'll just seal it on the tuck flap. On the tuck flap, it's a red tuck flap with a little music note on there. On the inner tuck flaps, you've got two more music notes in that kind of brownish gold colorway. Now we take the cards out of the box. On the inside tuck box, it is that like semi-gloss, like I guess like a glossy black finish on the inside there, with a bunch of music notes. You can see a little bit on the tuck flap. They like the music note, like the new music sheets that goes all the way throughout the inside of the tuck box, which is pretty nice and unique. Always nice to see custom interiors, like I always say. Now that we took a look at the tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. And first we'll start with the back design. Here we have a mirrored back design with the standard white border going around there. And it has kind of like a gold and black background there with a bunch of instruments. You can see I was going to say guitar, but it's more of like a violin, but not a violin. It might be a violin. And then you got like some trumpets and some tubas and some pianos, keyboards, and music notes, and some flutes, a bunch of like, that's an array of a bunch of different instruments on the back there. And it is a mirrored background, so if you flip it over, same design in both directions. But now for the cards you get with the deck. Here we start with the first Joker, and it says the Joker in the corners, and there's a little star, and then you got the character with some symbols there. You got a guy in a suit with some symbols, and then you got a second Joker, which is you got a female. There it says the Joker in the red color, so it's the black color. You got the red colorway there, and you got the female playing the triangle there. And then for the custom Ace of Spades, you got that custom font and pips there in the corners. And then for the big spade there in the middle, you got that conductor again, which you saw on the front of the tuck box. And then it says RiffleShuffle.com. And then the rest of the spades here have that custom numbers fonts there in the corners. And they all have that kind of split design where it's like a gold. That gold is brown and a black split design there. And then for the rest of the spades, that design goes throughout the rest of the spades. Then we get to the court cards, the Jack, Queen, King of spades here, and they're fully custom. So you got the Jack of spades, which has a trumpet. I think that's a trumpet. And then you got the Queen of spades playing the piano. And then you got the King of spades, was playing a French horn. And then we got the diamonds. They're more of a square style diamond. And they all have that custom font there in the corners. And then the diamonds are the half and half. And it has that half and half with the gold and the red there. And that goes throughout the rest of the diamonds. And then for the court cards, for the diamonds here, we got the Jack, Queen, King, fully custom once again. And they all have a different type of instrument. As you've seen, the spades have different instruments. These ones have different instruments. Here we got the Jack of diamonds with the drums. A little snare drum or bass drum. And we got the Queen here of diamonds with a little violin. And the King of diamonds has like a saxophone. Then we got the Jack, Queen, and King of clubs. And they're fully custom again. There, and they all have like that, like some kind of like black clothing, like suits and dresses on. But that the King of clubs has the trumpet. Well, this is the trumpet. I'm not sure what the other one was. I called it the trumpet, but then you got the Queen of clubs with the harp. And then you got the Jack of clubs with the flute. And then the rest of the clubs here are just that half and half, kind of gold and black design. Just like the spades and the diamonds. That goes throughout the clubs. And then we get to the hearts. Jack, Queen, King of hearts, fully custom. And the King of hearts has the trumpet. No, the tuba. The tuba. And the Queen of hearts has the cello. And then the Jack of hearts has the xylophone. And then the rest of the hearts are that half gold, half red design. That goes throughout the rest of the hearts. And the last two cards in the deck is you get some music sheets. Here, a RiffleShuffle music sheet. This is Magic from the musical Joker's game, created by Tony Simek and Kemin Zhang. There you got a music sheet. I don't know what song it is. You can kind of see it here, and then on the back is just the back design. So, now that we took a look at all the cards and the test, the handling. And first we'll start with the springs. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that these are made by Taiwan Blanket Company, so Legends Blanket Company. So they will have a little bit of different stock and feel, like finish, to the card. So they will feel different than your normal bicycle, like rider backs or like air cushion finish. So that's one thing to notice. But I do gotta say, pretty smooth feeling springs. And they got a nice flex to it. Like they're more flexier than I would have thought right out of the box, which is pretty nice. So at the moment, they feel broken in already, which is nice. So pretty nice and smooth springs. Now for the fans. Well, I gotta say the fans, they're definitely not like, oops, just knocked the camera. Let me just readjust that. Yeah, like I was saying with the fans, like they don't feel the smoothest. I don't know if it's like just the air quality here that's like more like a hotter kind of sticky air going up, but the fans they're not fanning real good. I don't know if it's just like the weather that's affecting the cards or it's just the card in general, but something's going on to where they're not fanning real good. You can see some of the numbers and some of the pips there, and they kind of clump, and they're not the smoothest for fans. Like they're just kind of clumping together. They're still a little bit slippery because some of them are just sliding out. But the fans aren't like the smoothest. That's a little bit of a better fan there. And maybe I have to put a little bit more pressure into it. But nope, they're definitely completely for the fans. So we'll just move straight on to the Pharaoh. It wasn't a bad Pharaoh there, but they did catch and stick together. So I had to like, push them together to get them to interlock wave. They interlocked wave pretty nicely though. Now for a giant fan of that back design. Now time for the reverse Pharaoh. And the reverse Pharaoh is a lot more smoother and they interlocked and waved pretty nicely again. And now time for the giant fan of the faces. And now time for the RiffleShuffle or Bridge Shuffle. Well, they seem to RiffleShuffle and Bridge Shuffle pretty nicely there. Pretty smooth. And they actually got a pretty nice sounding riffle too when I riffle them. So no issues with those. Now move straight on to the packet cuts. Well, the packet cuts seem to be pretty packety, not like overly slippery, which is pretty nice. Now on to the one-handed cut or straight-leg cut, if I don't drop the cards. Now on to the dribble. Well, like I say, the dribbles, they're pretty decent. They're definitely not the most perfect dribbles ever, because the cards are just sliding out of my hands. But they're still not bad. And now on to the spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, I guess it's a pretty nice looking deck. You got that nice back design, and I don't think I mentioned it earlier. As I was going through like shuffling these up, I noticed that there might be a little bit of gold ink on the back of this. I'm not entirely sure, but it looks a little shiny. Maybe not. Maybe it's not gold ink, and I'm just seeing things. But there might be. There might be. But it's kind of hard to tell. But pretty nice back design there with all those instruments. And for the faces, you got those fully custom faces here. I really like the numbers, like the custom font for those numbers there in the corners. So it looks pretty nice. Then you got the half and half design. That is definitely gold metallic ink there. So there's some gold metallic ink within the deck, which is pretty nice. Overall, pretty nice design for the deck. Overall, it's that like instrument kind of theme because it is orchestra. The name is Orchestra. So overall, pretty fantastic design there from RiffleShuffle. And for that handling, when I was shuffling them up, some things work better than others, and they're like okay for handling, but they're not like the best handling. I don't know if it's just like the weather outside and like the humidity or something within the room that I'm in, but I don't know. The cards feel like they're kind of like clumping and sticking together. The fans are a little bit better now. I just had to break them in, I guess, a little bit, or maybe not, but they are like better, a little bit better, I guess. But they still handle pretty good. Like some things just don't work as well as others. But overall, they're still handleable. You can still use them. They still handle pretty good though. It's not like 100% perfect. So, with that being said, you got a fantastic design, which looks pretty nice. An intricate back design, and then those fully custom faces there, which is pretty nice. And for the handling, it's an okay handling deck, not like the most perfect deck ever. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 277 of a daily deck review. This has been the Orchestra playing cards from RiffleShuffle, and I'm the Canadian Card Collector signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.